Hey guys, thanks for hanging out today. I'm going to draw power from Chainsaw today. This is going to be kind of the look, and I'm going to be doing this on my iPad, so that way I can just record my screen and my hand won't be in the way. So before I get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can watch some of my other videos. And let's go ahead and hide this layer and go ahead and we'll get started. So I think the best way to do this is to start with her head shape. And I'm going to just start up here and just do kind of a curve down like that. That'll be the left side. And she has kind of these two spikes, horns coming out of her head. And so that's why I stopped there. And I'll just draw up and then down again for that one. And then her head is going to kind of continue through. So I'm going to just curve that over like that and then do the other horns. And on the inside of her head, it's kind of like a straight line, and then the outside is where it kind of curves down. And then I'm going to continue with her head shape all the way down on this other side to about there. Now if you notice, like, I'm not super worried about it being like a perfect one because that outside is her hair, so it doesn't really have to be smooth, and honestly I think probably the less smooth it is the better. So now where the horns kind of go down into where her hair is, we can just do a couple of lines like this. That'll make it look like it goes into her hair, so kind of like that. Now I want to go back to the left side and let's add her ear. And with her ear shape, it kind of comes up over and like that. So she has kind of a boxy shape, and then it actually does kind of a quick turn and over like that. So it's very boxy style ear. And then her hair continues out the other side, and I'm going to just leave it off there. Now on the inside of ears, and most ears are like this, you have kind of a lobe, an ear lobe right in the middle of the ear. So I can go like that, and then I can draw just some squiggly lines that make up the rest of the ear that kind of connected. And I found that it doesn't necessarily matter a whole lot where they're at, as long as the lobe is in the middle and there's a bit of kind of an outside line, it'll make for a pretty convincing ear. Alright, let's put in the rest of her hair real quick. So first, at the bottom of her ear, I'm going to go straight down like that. And then at the top where it curves in, I'm going to come over and up in kind of a swoop, just like that. And she does have kind of that, a little bit of a bang going on. And I can do that by kind of just coming back down, curving over, and then just curve down a little bit right there. And then we can come back up like that, and that'll do kind of the center of her bangs. Now on the right hand side, if I just do a gradual curve back down, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to bring her hair, I'm going to overlap a little and bring it down right over to there. And that way it kind of gives me, I'm kind of breaking up where her face is and where her hair is. Now, I'm going to add in her chin, and she has kind of a pointed chin. Oh, I moved it a little, hold on. There we go. Alright, so she has kind of a pointed chin, so I can come from the right side and come down, try to make it as smooth as I can. And then on the left side, I'm going to go just to the right of her ear, come straight down, and then I'm going to curve in, just like that. That's going to give me her chin shape. I like to kind of do all the basic outlines first, because then after that we can add some detail in, and it's pretty slick. Alright, so her neck, let's go just to the right of where the point on her chin is, and we'll just draw a line straight down for her neck. And then I think, yeah, that's pretty much our nice basic head shape. Let's go to her eyes real quick. So on the left hand side, if I zoom in right here, on her eye, I can do just a curve down like this. That'll be the top of her eyeball. And then the bottom will be a curve like that. Now on the inside is where I want to add a circle. This will be for the pupil. And then another circle on the inside with a little cross that's going to be the inside of her eye. Okay, so there's one. So you can kind of zoom out and see what that looks like. Now, for the other one, I'm going to zoom in. And let's do the top of her eyeball again. So we can make some assumptions about where to line this up. The idea is it should line up pretty well with the other point of her eye, but since that's behind her hair, we can just make some assumptions. And I'm going to just add in a couple of lashes there while I do the top. And then again, a circle for the inside. Again, I'm not super worried about how perfectly, straight the lines are. I just want them to be where I want them to be. So again, the two circles, and then on this one, I'm going to just curve over here, and that'll make my other eye. So I've got her two eyes. Let's go ahead and do the nose now. And with anime, noses are really easy, usually just a couple of lines. And so I'll just do a little curve like that, and a curve up like that. Not too shabby. All right, let's do her mouth. And right here in the middle, we're gonna do, I call it kind of a potato shape. So we'll come down. It looks like it's just gonna be a big rounded shape or a big kind of curved shape on the edges, which it is, but I leave kind of a little indent on one side. That's why I kind of call it a potato shape. Now, she has kind of these spiky fang teeth, and two of them are longer than the others. So if I go long on that side with a spike, then I just do these series of shorter spikes, that should give me the look that I want. So once I get over to here, we'll do another long spike for the fang, and then back up. Now for her tongue, we could just kind of do the standard one line, but if you want it to kind of look cool, look like the darkness is fading in, then you can do a few like that. Then I'm going to add a couple of fangs here just in the dark because it'll be cool. And then you can just fill that in black. Mine's a little quicker because I'm on my iPad. But check it out. I think that looks pretty slick so far. So let's just add in a few more details. So let's go back to the eyes first. And I want to just add in some lines up here on the top. And these lines kind of give me depth around the eyes, but also the more lines you kind of add around the eyes, the more it's going to look like she is concerned, angry, things like that. So if you just add a couple lines, it makes the eyes very soft. If you add a bunch of lines, it kind of adds a hardness to them. And I want to kind of add a hardness because she's clearly angry right now. So check it out. Just adding kind of those lines does a pretty decent job. All right, let's move on to the last little bit, which is going to be the hair. And on the hair, you want the lines to kind of go with what the flow is. So let's start down at the bottom of the left ear, and I'll kind of give you an example. So since the hair is just going straight down, I can add in some lines that just generally go straight. And I'm going to have some lines closer to each other and some that are farther away, and that will kind of give that look I want. So the easiest is when the hair goes straight down. Let's go to the right hand side and we'll do it again, because most of that is straight down. So I can start up here and I can just start adding some straight lines. I'm going to have some breaks, and then I'll just keep bringing it all the way down. And it is curving a little, but it's just following the hair. Pretty simple. And I'll go up to that right horn and I'll just come down like this. Keep it simple. And let's add a couple that follow this side. And you can kind of see how it gives it texture really easily. Let's do that middle bang area, and I'm going to just bring it all the way down. And you see how I'm kind of trying to connect these two. They go into a point, and so I have to kind of have the hair follow each side if I want it to be semi-realistic. Okay, so now on this left side, this is where you can kind of see it's rounded, and so I have to do both. So what I'm going to do is start on the left, and I'm going to just do some strands that come down, kind of following the shape of the head, like that. And then once I get to where the rounded area is going to change direction, I kind of taper off, and I'm going to have less there in the middle, and your eyes will kind of naturally fill that in, and it should work. And then I can just put a couple that go up, and you'll naturally fill that in, just visually. I'm going to add now, the last strands of hair are going to go kind of underneath these horns and off to the sides of them. And that will kind of give them a little bit more of an indent into her head and just make it look a little bit more realistic. So I think I am done. I think she turned out good. I like it. You can always add in, a couple lines. I'll put a couple here on her neck that add just a little bit more kind of texture and detail. But just have fun with it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial today. I hope you'll join me for the next one. And again, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Give me a comment on the video if you have any requests for any characters you want me to do next. And I will see you guys on the next one.